Hey there, Cancer. Welcome to your reading. This is going to be a 5 life-changing tips from your future self before 2024. So if you want to change your life between now and then, these are the top 5 tips that you should listen to. I only meant to pull one card here, but we'll take it too. You have this silence card. It says moving in silence while you continue to build. And then you have this other card here that says underworld. Find unconventional ways to explore sources of income. I mean, I'll tell you what, as far as I'm concerned, the next 20 years is all about unconventional ways of doing things, unconventional ideas, coming up with different ways to make money. So, yes, if you if you want to make money, then I definitely would say doing things that are in different ways is probably how it's going to happen. And again, you're going to have to put your thinking cap on, right? I can't do everything for you, Cancer. I wish I could, but I can't. And so, anything you can do differently in your life would be a good idea. I also think people don't realize the power of kind of, curating their information, like doing something like sharing your ideas on YouTube, sharing the things you learn on YouTube. Again, I really feel that kind of experience is the currency of the future, as I always say. And, so having experiences, having your own unique experiences, sharing your own unique insights is going to be the thing that could be very, very successful. And just based off this reading, it definitely looks to me like, damn, this is a very good reading here, Cancer. Really good. So, and I'm not even trying to gas you up here, but you have the Six of Swords, the Fool, and the Judgment card. But as I was saying, I really feel everything here is kind of saying having experiences or being able to share your experience is going to be very valuable. I'm using the In-Between Tarot. The In-Between Tarot is in between. It's like the energy between the two cards. So this is the Six of Swords and in between the Six of Swords and the Seven of Swords here. So the Seven of Swords can be lying, cheating, stealing, but Six of Swords is moving on to calmer shores. You actually have 2 sixes because you go down to the Six of Wands. So I do feel that there could be a lot of success coming in for you. I would say that, again, the tip that your future self is trying to give you here is silence. If you have plans to do something, I don't care what it is, whatever it is, I would keep it to yourself. Even the Seven of Swords, normally the guy on the Seven of Swords is sneaking away with the swords from that military from the army that's in the background of the card. So it's like he's going to war, but just in a different way. He's sneaking away with their weapons so that they can't use them in battle. And I kind of feel that here, where I do feel if you have any plans, goals, wishes, dreams, or things that you're working on, it's like, I just would be careful. I would just like work on it, get it to a certain point, and then I feel like you can talk about it. But I feel like there's nothing wrong with kind of, working on things behind the scenes and just seeing how things go. You have the Fool. This is the Fool to the Magician here. It's like you're starting to believe in yourself more is what I'm getting as well, just intuitively. I didn't even see this. You have this card here that says believe in yourself and your ability to carry out your dreams. So there you go, Cancer. You are definitely, I really do feel that. I felt that here. It's like to go from the Fool to the Magician energy. It's like the Magician has mastery over all the suits, and he uses his tools to create something. And I love this card because this Fool, it's like he has built himself some wings. And now he's jumping off that cliff and he's flying. So, I really feel for a lot of you that something that you're moving towards, maybe in silence, is going to be very successful. The other thing that I'm getting here, Cancer, you have this Judgment card. You go Judgment to the World. This is in between the two energies. I kind of feel that some of you maybe have some ideas or an idea of something you want to do in your life. And I feel that it's saying keep it to yourself so that people don't talk you out of it. There might be something you want to do, or there might be something that, like something that you want in your life. For some of you, it could be love. You go up to the Two of Cups here, and, it's almost like this reading is saying that if you tell people about it, they're going to talk you out of it. So, again, it looks like there's some sort of accomplishment coming in for you, but you need to keep it to yourself for now until it happens, right? So there you go. With the Six of Swords there, you have this risk. There is a risk you have to take. Again, the Seven of Swords is about sneaking away with those weapons. Like I said, even this card here, this is the Six of Swords to the Seven of Swords, and you can see it's like there's that army that's looking for him, and he's kind of hiding behind that log in some water. And I just love the imagery in this deck. I need to use this deck more. I love this deck, but again, I feel like you're kind of doing something in darkness, but not in a bad way. This is like in a good way. And again, I feel like you need to take the risk to do it here. With the Fool, you have this Detachment card. Yes, I feel the best thing you can do right now. I do get a little bit of overthinking energy here. just in general in your first row, I feel you need to detach from outcomes, especially if you're thinking about taking a risk right now. Like if you're thinking about, starting that business or, whatever you are moving in silence on, or whatever you see as something that would be really special for you. I kind of feel that this is saying you need to, kind of detach from needing the outcome to go a certain way. And I think that's the best way for you to do it. I also feel I'm getting something about grounding something as well. It's kind of weird. He's like at sea level. I don't know if you can see that. It's popping into my head that he is at sea level. He's like in the sea. And I don't know. There's something there. It's like you're grounding an idea in reality. With the Judgment card to the world, you have this Revenge card, probably why you need to keep something to yourself here. I'm wondering, again, I do wonder kind of if this first row is talking about love for some of you, because, it could be a past person, your past person, could be a new person's past person who like wants revenge. So maybe that's why you have to keep something secret for, until it kind of develops or until a certain period of time or whatever it is, that's going on here. For your second tip here, you have this card that says, not in this lifetime. Some things are not meant for you. Is this truly what you want? So I feel for some of you, I feel like you're committing to something new is what I would say. I don't necessarily think this is saying that you're, this card here, it says, no, not for you, out of alignment. But I really don't, I feel it's more talking about you, kind of releasing some burdens and definitely like letting something go in your life that is crumbling. You go from the 10 of Wands to the Ace of Wands, which I will show you in just a minute. And, it's kind of giving me the vibes that some of you, it's like, again, the Ace of Wands is out with the old, in with the new. So I feel like this row here is your future self telling you, like, don't be afraid to let go of something that you just can't hold together, that you just can't, that just isn't working any longer. And again, the Ace of Wands, normally there's a castle that's crumbling in the background. It's funny that this is 10 of Wands to Ace of Wands. So there could be something that is a burden or that causes burdens or that causes stress in your life. And I feel like this row and your future self are saying like, hey, there's something much easier, a new beginning that's coming in for you. Fool to the Magician, a new beginning that you are starting, but you have to let go of the past. For some of you, maybe it's like past fears, worries, doubts. Next, you have the 5 of Wands to the 6 of Wands here. And so I feel for a lot of you that there could be a lot of success coming in for you. Isn't it interesting? There's like 2 people being crowned, and there are all these people kind of looking at them around them. So for a lot of you, I feel like you are being rewarded for some challenges that you've been through. The, one thing I will say is that the 6 of Wands is a card of success, but the 5 of Wands is like conflict and competition. But it's almost like you're coming out on top. But, again, I do feel this is tied to the first row. I'm trying to make these rows separate, but, I also read intuitively, and I am getting here that for some of you, if you move in silence and you move towards something that you want and you have the victory, it's like everybody's going to see it. So I do feel like people are seeing some sort of new victory or victory in your life that you could be having. You go from the 3 of Wands to the 4 of Wands. So definitely I feel some of you, maybe you've been looking for a connection or love. And I do feel if you want love, definitely could be coming in for you. Also, just in general, I feel if you are just hoping to find something that you can commit to in general, like a job, a business, a new career, or a new career path or something like that, I do feel that this could be something new that you're committing to. And it's kind of funny because I see you wrapping a lot of things up here as well. I look at the 4 of Wands as a finish line card. To me, it's a card of like completion or completing something. So it's like you're completing one stage of life and getting to the next stage. I do feel kind of like the overall energy of the reading is that your future self is saying that you're completing one stage of life and going on to the next. So, again, that kind of makes sense. With the 10 of Wands to the Ace of Wands, you have this inheritance card. Your life is about to take a completely new direction, and I feel, what I feel is that you're inheriting something amazing in your life. This could be a person, It's like it could be a person that you're inheriting off of someone else. I would be careful of exes in this situation, but it's almost like you could be inheriting someone whose ex like screwed up or something like that. I feel like I say this to Scorpio all the time, and you do have a lot of Scorpio energy in this reading already, so it could be a Scorpio. It could be any sign, but again, I feel like you really could be getting something great. The other thing I will say is that pretty much everyone seems to be working towards Ten of Pentacles energy. So if you're building something new, I feel like you're going to have everything you want. I really do feel also like, don't be afraid, if you have a business or a career or something and it's not working in the right direction and you're thinking, but I kind of get this feeling of having made up your mind that something is right for you when there could be something else that's much better, especially in work or career, which again, this card says not in this lifetime. It kind of reminds me of this channel. It's like when I started this channel, I had another business. I actually still have that business, but I thought the other thing was going to be like my meal ticket. I thought the other thing was going to be the thing that really set me free, right? And really, it was this channel. The other business, it does well, but again, at a certain point, this did way better, started doing way better, which really allowed me to do a lot of other things. So, it's like I kind of had my mind made up that was the thing that was going to make me successful when really it was this channel. So, it's like one of those things. Sometimes I think we just decide on something like that, but it's not true. So, but if you're more flexible, if you allow the universe to show you what's going to be successful, then it will be. With the Five of Wands and the Six of Wands, you have this Exalted card. Yeah. I feel like something's divinely guided here. Something is meant for you. This could definitely be a relationship because, again, we go to the Two of Cups here. And, if it's not a relationship, that's fine too. The Two of Cups can just be you and your higher self. So it can say that your higher self is communicating with you and is telling you that, like, hey, there's something better that could make you much more successful in this lifetime, right? And that's the direction I would move in here. With the Three of Wands, you have this Lust card. Yeah, I definitely feel that there's a connection coming in for you. Plain and simple. For whatever reason, again, I started these readings and I want each row to be one thing, but I do feel like your reading is very well connected between the rows. To me, it's really talking and saying that there could be a very, desireful, lustful connection, which I don't think has to be a bad thing. Actually, in this situation, I think it's a good thing, but it's also interesting to me that you have the King and Queen of Wands right here. It doesn't matter what gender you're attracted to. To me, the King and Queen of Wands are some of the best divine counterparts, a very, fiery, deep connection. So, definitely could be a good love connection coming in for you, for sure, Cancer. For your next tip, you have this card that says, believe in yourself and your ability to carry out your dreams. Yeah, I really feel you need to kind of believe in that. I also feel like it's interesting, you have the Justice card to the Hangman. I'll show you that in just a minute. But I feel like you need to believe that, it's like people don't get to determine your reality. It's like, I think that your actions and the things that you do and the things that you believe, that's what determines your reality. And there's some sort of difference here where, it's like, I really feel you are calling justice here. It's almost like you are the one, because it's kind of interesting to go from the Justice card to the Hangman. The Hangman is hanging. It's like you are deciding what is going to, stay stuck in your life and what is not, or something. I don't know. I really get a sense of control. I feel like your future self is really encouraging you to take control here as well. So pretty interesting. Again, you have the Two of Cups, the Justice card, and the King of Pentacles here. So you have this Two of Cups, which is the Two of Cups to the Three of Cups. I definitely feel you could be meeting a person that you will work well together with, someone that you could have a family with as well if you're looking for love. I also feel this could just be, celebrations coming in for you. I kind of feel it's you and your higher self. Again, I always say that to me, the Two of Cups can be you communicating with your higher self, or your higher self is kind of giving you some ideas or some guidance or better directions in life. And if you listen to that, I feel you're going to be incredibly successful here with this energy. So I would definitely listen to your higher self. I also feel that there's just like a lot of happiness coming in here, plain and simple. Again, you have this Justice card to the Hangman. I kind of feel like you have seen what you have to sacrifice and, what you can have in your life, but also, we all have to make certain sacrifices if we want certain things in life. And it's like I feel like you've already made peace with it, which is the words that I'm getting here. Even here, it's interesting that we go to that Ten of Wands to the Ace of Wands right here. Like I said, out with the old, in with the new. The Justice card, it's like you're deciding what you need to cut out. And you even have the Tower to the Star. So I feel the Tower to the Star would be healing, because the star comes up after the tower and it represents healing. But it's almost like you've made peace with certain things that you have to let go of. You have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles goes from the King of Pentacles to the Page of Pentacles. And so, it's like you can see this lady here, if it wants to focus, you can see that she is like teaching the Page how to do something, how to create something. But I kind of feel like you're getting to that stage where it's like you are able to kind of teach people how to do things. I also feel this is encouraging you to balance the two energies. My problem with the King of Pentacles is that he represents convention. The Page of Pentacles is that young, enthusiastic, willing to learn, willing to try new things type of energy. So I feel, again, I tell everyone, until you die, for the rest of your life, you should be following my 80-20 rule, which is to 80% of the time, do what works in work, business, love, whatever. 20% of the time, try new things. Try something different, try to improve what you're doing in some way, because again, there's too much convention in the astrology in a bad way, meaning if we keep doing the same stuff, we're just gonna, be banging our head against the wall. So I really feel this row is encouraging you to try new things, especially when it comes to some sort of dream that you want to manifest. With the Two of Cups, you have this practicality card here. Again, if there is love coming in, I feel it's very practical. I feel that's something that you'll notice about the situation as well if you're meeting a new person between now and the end of the year. It's like, very practical. I feel it's like very straightforward, very matter of fact. I think, I even think that it could be a very straightforward, matter of fact person who just, tells it like it is. So definitely something you should pay attention to. I also feel, again, if you are moving towards this new practical dream, which I think you all are, or this new dream, something that you want to create in your life, it's like, I feel like as you move forward, it's like there are very practical steps to get there in almost no obstacles, or the obstacles will have very practical answers. So definitely something to pay attention to. Yes, with the Justice card, I'll just show you over here. Look, I love this card. It's like this dead bird with this living bird. How cute is that, right? Cancer, it's like, till death do us part. That's what this card always makes me think of. So, definitely could be a very solid connection coming in love. Someone who is devoted to you. I also feel that, again, if you're working on going this direction here, if you're working on a project or a dream or a business, something that you're working on behind the scenes there with that silence card, it's like something, I think you will know that you want to do it because no matter what happens, you will do it. Even if there is an obstacle that pops up, I feel you'll be very motivated to overcome the obstacle. It's like you are, I don't want to say you're forcing yourself to see something through to the end, but it's almost like you won't give up until you see something through to the end. And I feel like that's a clue that you're going in the right direction. With the King of Pentacles here, you have this Riches card. Definitely a lot of abundance coming in for you. I do see just a lot of abundance in this reading in general. So, there you go. I feel you could be, number one, if you're getting with a person, the two of you could be attracting a lot of abundance together or building a lot of abundance. I also feel your dreams could be bringing you a lot of abundance as well, something that you're working on. For your next tip from your future self, you have this Dove Spirit. It says, be peace. Yeah, I feel like you need to focus on peace, happiness, things that bring peace into your life. I say this all the time because of Pluto and Aquarius that I feel like our focus is really important. And also on top of that, we have all this energy in Taurus for a little while longer. And, Taurus really wants us to create more freedom in our lives. Taurus wants us to focus on our values. And when we focus on our values, then we can attract more peace into our lives. It's just that simple. So clearly your future self wants you to do that. You have the King of Wands, the Tower, and the Three of Swords here. So this is the King of Wands to the Page of Wands. And so I feel for a lot of you that, again, you could be attracting a very solid connection. It does look to me that someone here needs to get over a heartbreak or like a lying, cheating, stealing situation. So again, if you are attracting love, I do feel that they're either you or a new person that is coming into your life. They could have been hurt in the past. And, I would say that it's really important that you make sure either you or them, whoever needs to here, has healed from this situation. Again, I think there's nothing wrong. Like if you can tell this person still has a chip on their shoulder or whatever, it might not be a good idea to get into a relationship with them right now. And also maybe you saying to them, speaking up and saying like, hey, I can tell you're still not over with this past situation. That might be the thing that kind of gets them to pull their head out of their butt as well. So, I'd say, like, don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to be direct and practical, like that practicality card there. Because, again, it just might be the one thing that kind of sets this person free or kind of opens them up. But, if you are attracting love, it's definitely something I would pay attention to. I wouldn't be paranoid because it actually looks like an amazing love reading. But it's, I think if you rush something, then it's probably not going to go so well. So I would just be careful of that. Especially with this energy. I also feel that for a lot of you that there's a lot of enthusiasm here. So if you want more peace in your life, I feel like the tip your future self is giving you is to kind of like, number one, break free from, the same old story with the tower, but also have something you focus on. The tower, the whole point of the tower is that the people inside the tower have been ignoring reality for too long. And the tower happens because they need to see reality. The star is kind of like the healing portion. It's like we get the star because we heal from a tower moment, but the star is also like having a North Star, having something to work towards. So, I really feel a lot of you are developing something, with that silence card, everything in the beginning of the reading is saying that you're working towards like a big goal, wish, or dream. And I would keep doing that. I feel like having a focus, having something that is bigger than yourself to work towards will just naturally attract everything else that you want into your life. You have the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords. Again, those two energies together would definitely represent needing to heal from a heartbreak or needing to heal from, a heartbreaking situation. So if you're dealing with something like that, I would definitely say that it's time to heal from a heartbreak or, maybe a person that you're dealing with. I'm not, it's weird. I'm not picking up on you or a new person. It's like both. So maybe both people need to heal from that. But again, if it's just them that you're noticing, again, I think you'll notice this. Like if a person comes in and if they're acting withdrawn or if they're acting weird or suspicious, I don't mean like suspicious as in they're suspicious. Maybe they're acting suspicious of you. You might need to say something to this person. Again, I think a lot of modern day relationship issues especially could be solved by just opening your mouth, right? And saying something, especially if you have a problem with something that's happening. It's like once you do that, I kind of see here, especially at the end, where it could wake this person up and they could be like, oh yeah, why am I being like this? There's no reason. With the King of Wands, you have this protection card. Yeah, I feel like this is a protected connection if love is coming in for you. I also do feel this is saying, again, this row is talking all about your peace, and I feel it's saying protect your peace at this time. What I will say is with the King of Wands is like he can be restless, and so if you are feeling restless at times, the solution with the King of Wands is to focus your energy, and that could be into like a hobby or something that you enjoy, which I think would be a great idea for you. With the Tower, are you kidding me? Boom, look at this card. It says restlessness on it. So again, if you are feeling restless, I feel you need to channel that energy into something. Clearly, I was feeling that on the King of Wands. So, there you go. I would say that you need to take that energy and put it into something so that you don't create a tower moment, number one. But number two, it's like, again, restless energy I think is very destructive. And I always tell people, like, if you're like, let's say you're working towards a project and things aren't going well, you start feeling restless, go do a puzzle, go for a walk. Like, just letting that energy sit inside your body is like probably the worst place it can be. So, I would like channel it. The other thing I will say is this right here is the Staff of Hermes. This right here on the top of the Two of Cups is the Staff of Hermes. So there might be people that you can communicate with or talk to that will, when you're feeling restless, that could help you kind of not be restless, right? With the Three of Swords to the Four of Swords, you have this Authority card here. I feel for a lot of you that, again, there could be authority figures or people you look up to. Again, I do feel this reading is encouraging you, again, to move in silence, to not share all your ideas. But, one thing I will say is that there might be people that you do trust who have proven that you can trust them. Those people, I think it's perfectly fine to talk to those types of people. But also, this might not be like someone you talk to. This might be like an expert or, if you're trying to grow your business, maybe there are people you look up to that are mentors, like on YouTube. Same thing with love. It's like there's plenty of great love advice on YouTube. A lot of it's garbage, but that's neither here nor there, right? What I would say is, again, I feel there are like some experts that you could learn from. You could read books and things like that. So I feel it's saying if you want more peace in your life, go find answers as well. For your fifth tip here, you have the Sea Sponge. It says energetic absorption, empath. Yeah, you are a Cancer. You are basically a sponge. So, I would definitely protect your emotions. I would protect your feelings at this time. I would make sure to keep it positive as well. You have the Seven of Swords, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands here. This is the Seven of Swords to the Eight of Swords, literally going from lying, cheating, stealing to stuck. So I do feel if you're attracting love, someone in this situation is stuck for whatever reason. I'm not sure if it's you or them. Again, I would say it's going to be different for all of you, obviously. So, you see this guy, he's kind of like beaten up. His sword is broken. So it's either you or them. And again, I would just communicate. I feel that will solve all the problems. I don't even need to spend a lot of time on this. I literally just feel communication will be the thing that kind of allows us to move forward. you have the Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles here. More fun is what I would say. So again, where you put your energy is clearly going to be very important with that Sea Sponge card, right? I feel like the tip here from your future self is to be careful of the energy that you're absorbing. Two of Pentacles like a choice. It's like work hard, play hard, but you could also look at the Two of Pentacles as saying, he's spinning plates. He's putting energy into all these different things, but he could just also like pick one positive thing to put his energy into, and then he'll absorb positive energy. Then he'll have more positive energy to give. And I kind of feel that's what this is saying. It's saying create more positive snowballs, as I call it, in life, in less negative ones, right? Also, I do feel there's like a big opportunities that are coming in for you. And if you make sure that they are fun and that you put work into those things, then, I feel like you will be very successful. There's a great book called The Sovereign Individual. It basically predicted, a lot of things that are happening today, interestingly enough. And they basically, in that book, they say that the future of work is play. And, basically we're already seeing that, right? This is play to me. And it is, I don't really consider this one of my businesses. I just consider it work, basically. But it's fun for me, right? So, again, it is popping demand. Like, are there things that you do that are positive, that make you feel good, that make your emotions feel good with that Sea Sponge card, that are kind of like work and play? And like how can you do more of that? How can you create more of that? With YouTube, it's crazy. There is a YouTube channel for basically freaking everything that you possibly can imagine. Again, why more people don't do YouTube channels is beyond me. It's like if you have a career or a business and where you do something, it doesn't matter if it's interesting or not, turn it into a YouTube channel, document it, because again, you're just like extra money, right? And also, maybe it takes years to build, but it's basically barely any extra work for what you would be doing anyway. And I even say for those of you that have careers, it's like maybe you could share tips on YouTube about your career. I think people don't realize how valuable it is to like do that. Like, let's say you're like a nurse and you share nursing tips on YouTube. It's like you grow to a certain point, and then let's say you get fired or something like that. You could take your YouTube channel and be like, look, I'm an expert. I have years of knowledge that I share here, years of my best tips. It's like, who's going to get hired? Someone who does what you've done, which is grow like a knowledge base, or someone just random other bozo who wants to become a nurse. It's going to be you, right? And plus, let's say you get fired, or let's say hospitals go away because the robots take over, guess what? You have an asset that you've been growing for years that's now worth money. So, again, I think that this is saying there's like, the reason I'm babbling on about this is because I think there's some sort of opportunity here, Ace of Pentacles, that you could grow. It doesn't have to be YouTube, could be anything, but I would do it. You have this Queen of Wands here. This is a Queen of Wands to King of Wands. I feel like you're attracting your Queen or King of Wands, whatever you're into, I don't care. And, again, I feel like you're attracting your partner. The interesting thing is, I feel like you need to watch your emotions here, Cancer. She kind of looks down on this card, right? And so I feel for a lot of you, it's like you actually could be attracting someone much faster if you give off the right emotions with that sponge card there. So, that's what I would do. If I were you, is like put out positive emotion. With the Seven of Swords there, you have this eccentricity card. Yeah, I mean, we are in a very eccentric time, so, any weird ideas you can come up with will probably set you free. Eight of Swords, if you're finding yourself stuck in any area of your life, try something new, try something different. With the Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles, you have this intuition card. This is like your card. This is Mercury in Cancer. And so, what I would say here is trust your intuition. I feel your intuition is guiding you. Really, I kind of feel it's more your higher self that is guiding you at this time. So definitely a good time to listen to your higher self, to, tap into your higher self energy, basically. With the Queen of Wands, you have this indecision card. You have to make a choice. This whole entire reading basically said you have to make a choice to do something. And again, I wouldn't tell anyone about it. It's funny that I wanted this reading to be 5 things, but really your reading is like one thing. I feel that there is it might be a couple things, but number one, I feel there could be a choice in love for some of you. I feel like you need to make the choice to do it. You might be interested in someone who you feel is out of your league. Maybe you get into something where there's a lot of lust here, I kind of feel, and that could make you a little nervous because it's like sometimes I think people get into lusty situations and that's all it is. It's just a lusty situation and it doesn't go farther than that. So again, you're really going to have to trust your intuition. I feel like you're going to have to listen to your feelings as well. How do you feel about a situation before you enter into it? It's like, does it feel good? Does it feel right? Or does it feel wrong? And that's what I pay attention to. It's like, I always say, like I said to Gemini a couple weeks ago, it's like, sometimes the butterflies might just mean you're about to shit your pants, right? So I don't think the butterflies are a good thing in relationships necessarily. I literally sometimes I think feeling butterflies could just be your higher self being like, you are about to throw up because this person is going to make you throw up in the future. So, I would be very careful of that. But overall, I feel this is very good. Love it. So thank you for being here, Cancer. Really appreciate it. And definitely enjoy your month.